What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Screen Team Podcast. My name is Gus,
I'm Sal.
And I'm Alex.
and we are the Screen Team. Today is episode number 46. I'm doing this a little out of order, and we're going to be talking about Eternals. Not the Eternals, just Eternals.
Is
that
that what it is?
No, they changed
just
the
called
title.
Eternals?
Just
Did they really?
Eternals. Yeah.
Wait, when did they change it?
Like
I don't know when they changed it, but it was the Eternals, but they changed it to just Eternals.
I
Wow.
don't think I've noticed that.
They Facebooked it. Huh?
Uh,
Very nice.
Yeah. So, Sal's gonna go first on this. We're gonna do our 3 likes and dislikes, usual thing, and
Sure.
let's get
Yes.
it going.
I feel weird going first now. I don't know. I was so excited, but not feel weird.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm getting nervous. All right, loves. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
The comedic element.
So
that you
yeah,
like, okay.
just reminding everybody knows those like, this is the worst critically acclaimed
I don't understand why, man. Blowing my mind.
AMC movie.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
mean,
make
AMC
sense.
movie, Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So, for me, I mean,
It's nowhere.
I don't
near-
think it's top 5. I said top. I think did I tell you it's top 5?
You said you were thinking.
I
it
was thinking,
in-
but thinking in order. Like, okay, not counting the Avenger movies.
Okay.
It would be top 5.
I like this one more than like the last Avenger movie.
I liked it more than the second Avenger movie. I liked
Agent
it
Wolf
maybe
second.
more than Endgame is like as a whole maybe, but the ending of Endgame just makes up
Yeah.
for the whole movie. I
But
can't
this
like it
one-
more.
oh,
Than,
God.
I
Yeah.
can't like it more than the Endgame. I'm sorry, I can't. But
I don't know, bro.
That's why
but
Infinity
I
War was
really
the best
like.
one.
I'm so confused, but anyway, okay. Why I liked it? Funny. It was funny, and a big reason for that was Camille.
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 Yeah, Camille.
Okay,
yeah,
Camille.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought he made
Kingo.
he made like half the comedy work
Yeah.
in that movie. Like,
Yeah,
it was great. Him
he-
and his and the
He's
video camera.
hilarious.
He was
I don't
great.
know if you've seen the show that he's on HBO or HBO. I forget what it's
No.
called. It's about like
Comedians? No, just
no, it's they're like in a tech company and stuff like that.
Mhm.
God, I can't remember.
Silicon
the name.
Valley.
Silicon Valley, yeah. That
Mm.
show's hilarious, and
Is
he's in
it?
it. He's like one of the main characters, and
Oh,
He's great in
got it. He was great. I liked them a lot. I liked all the characters, but okay.
mhm.
The other thing I liked was the action. I think I'm being very vague here, kind of vague, but the funny. I mean, it's specific to Camille, and then the action. I liked it because a lot of times, like, there'll be superheroes with a whole bunch of abilities, and
Uh-huh.
as long as like they can get creative and make them all useful and make it work, then I like the action. So I like that each one of them had like their thing,
Mhm.
and they did that thing, and even like some of the sequences, the actions, like it looked cool. Like it made me feel like a kid watching a movie again with some of the action scenes. I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is really cool. Like sometimes I was just like, I'll get bored, but
Yeah.
it was. I really liked that, especially the action scenes from the black scientist guy. I think he was my favorite.
Badass. Huh?
Yeah, I thought he was really cool.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't,
wasn't expecting that
yeah.
at all.
Dude,
Yeah.
I like so many of these characters.
Yeah, I think the thing that like works so well about this movie is that it kind of reminds me of like what you would expect like an X-Men movie to work like,
Yeah.
because they all have their individual power set, but you see how they work together, like
Sure.
like
For
the
sure.
powers like intertwine like in different ways, and it like
Yeah.
really works, and it makes it
Yeah.
really pop.
And then the last reason I liked it, which was, I think the biggest reason was because, and I've only talked to with my girlfriend. She disagrees that, but I think it was kind of deep. The movie was pretty deep. Like it had a lot of deep dilemmas
Mm-hmm.
where like it asked a lot of questions. Like the guy who had mind control. Like, oh, like should he be controlling his people? Like knowing that they're killing each other. Blah blah blah. Another one was like the architect, like he's creating all these advancements for them, but they're using them like
As weapons.
yeah, as weapons, or just not always in good ways. Like, should he be doing that? And then the ultimate dilemma was the last one. I mean, the at the very end of the movie, right?
Yeah,
the
it's
dilemma
the
of
one
like,
for the
oh,
many
should
type of
you-
thing.
like yeah, it was still a dilemma. Like
Yeah.
I
Should you save this planet?
I
but it's gonna.
obviously would not. I don't know. It's the question of should you save or kill a few
Like
to save
the many.
To save the many,
Yeah.
yeah. And I feel like movies always go, and I think for a good reason. Always go the route of like, oh, you never kill anybody, like you never sacrifice anybody, and I think partly due to because sure you can do that, but then you're losing part of your humanity. Like you're just a robot if
Mhm.
if you choose that route. I mean, because it makes sense. That route makes sense,
Yeah.
but you're losing your humanity.
Mm.
Okay. Dislikes. And again, I really like this movie, so I'm kind of nitpicking on these. It was a little bit too long and a little too bit slow paced in some scenes, but I'm nitpicking there. Like,
Yeah.
I still really like the movie. It could have been 4. If anything, I want it to be 4 hours long.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to be long. Keep it going, man.
So it's a
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
thing that it's like a contradiction almost.
Uh,
The other thing I hated was there was a spoiler in the trailer. I don't know if you guys caught it.
What, the
Uh,
deviant?
No. In the trailers, the main villain talks to Salma Hayek. Like that happens in the trailers. They have this whole conversation about. They just have a whole conversation. She's talking about Thanos, blah blah blah, in the trailer,
Yeah.
mm.
right?
That
So-
scene didn't come till like
I
way
didn't
Yeah,
later.
yeah. So in the movie, he doesn't. He's pretending he doesn't meet her, but in the trailer, I already know like, oh well, this is a big part in the trailer. Like she's talking about Thanos, right? Like,
Yeah.
I remember that very specific scene in the trailer. It's not. They're
I
not
don't
hiding.
remember
They're not
yeah,
hiding anything.
that's how like the trailer starts.
That's how the trailer starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I told you. There's no. If you've seen it a few times, Alex, there's no way you don't remember that.
What
You
do they?
remember
What do
that?
they talk about?
It just
About
sounds-
like the snap and like, oh, how long do we have? And it's like 5 days or a week or
It's
something like that.
when the guy's at her ranch and he's just sitting in that chair and they're talking to each other.
Like right before they go to the ice caps or
Oh, they
whatever.
put that scene in the trailer. I don't
Yeah.
remember that at all.
I mean, it's just her talking about Thanos and
Yeah.
bringing him back in the snap, right?
Yeah,
That's
the
that
emergence
that's
and
in
all
the trailer. So, I mean, I don't know why. I was hoping it was just like maybe a scene cut out, like
Yeah.
which they do sometimes, but it was there. So I'm like,
oh, so you know, that
I knew that he was lying
was
about
getting
not
revenge.
meeting her because
Got it. Got it.
it's
Got it.
either that or she wasn't dead or it's cut out. And I
Yeah.
don't think she wasn't dead, and I don't think it was cut out. Like,
Yeah,
like it's starting to feel like he's the bad guy.
Yeah, because there was a point where like he started to try to tell Cersei like what, like something, like he like had like a secret and he wanted to tell her something, but he didn't end up going through with telling her because they got
Cersei's the
interrupted.
Asian girl?
Yeah, Cersei's the Asian girl.
Huh.
And like he was about to tell her and then they got cut off, and like then like they ended up like maybe like 10-15 minutes later had that flashback of him having that conversation. So it was kind of
Got it.
like, yeah.
Having said that, they spoiled it, I do like that they went that direction
Mhm.
because I before this I was listening to some YouTuber and he was saying he thought the weak point of the movie was the villains which were just these random monsters. But I don't think they were the villains at all. They weren't the villains.
No,
They weren't the villains. I'm like, what do you mean?
the
like
villain
they're-
was the
Huh?
big giant. What are they called?
There was a lot of villains. Well,
There was a lot of villains.
the monsters were the villains. They were one of the villains, and then there
Yeah.
was the guy that betrayed them was one of the villains, and so was their leader, their main.
Arsham.
Yeah.
Arsham.
Arsham, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Silencio.
I don't think it was as simple as like, oh, if it was. I was almost expecting like, oh, it's just gonna be the monster and that's it. Like, okay, then I'm gonna hate this movie if it's just that, and I'm gonna try to like it. But it wasn't just that. So I'm
It
like,
was a lot.
I don't know.
It was a lot.
And then, I don't know what I meant by this one.
Let's hear it.
I said the idea that they never talk to each other.
The
Oh, like
maybe
they
the-
separated for like years.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Mm.
That was so stupid. I like wait. So they separated right after they're with the Mayans. I don't know where they're, but they're somewhere
Yeah.
somewhere in Southern America, sorry,
Yeah.
Central America or whatever. And then they start separate, and
During
then
the Spanish
okay,
Crusades.
no one said you can't talk to each other. Like why? Like when they met each other in the movie, they're meeting each other again. Like it's been hundreds of years. Like why? I don't understand that. Like they don't die. They don't age. Like why not have communication
mean,
with each other?
They did. They implied that they would have like conversations, but they weren't all together. Like at
I
any
guess some of
point.
them,
Yeah.
like the Asian girl and the young.
The only one that didn't really have any conversation with anyone, or would probably be the
Angelina Jolie and the.
well, and then Druid. He was on his own.
Who's that?
He's the mind controller guy.
Oh yeah, him too.
He stayed behind, and then the deaf girl. Yeah. The
fast
super
one.
fast one. But other than that, it seemed like they all kind of had like interactions with each other. at least a little bit
The
to some
Indian
extent.
guy too. Well, I guess
Yeah.
he said that he was
He was
friends
with
the girl.
yeah,
but
he
then
was with
wasn't.
Sprite for like a long time. He said, but he had to like he ended up like ditching her because every 5 years they had to move.
Yeah, to leave,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
She wasn't growing up. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, cause
Talk-
of her. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like I
But
felt
'cause
bad
of
for
him
her.
too,
Yeah.
though, no, none of them age though. I'm confused
Yeah,
why
yeah,
just
yeah.
her. But for her, it's worse. So.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
as a
Yeah.
kid.
Instead
yeah.
of 10 years, it's 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
But
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
let's
I
go to
didn't
my
read
likes.
it. Wait. Oh.
Well, you
Should
can-
I say it after?
You can put it in your phone now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, I didn't rate it either. Actually,
No,
let me,
but
let me
I
do that now.
I
already knew.
I
what
already knew what I was gonna play.
I already knew what I was
Yeah.
gonna put. Okay.
Yeah.
So here are my likes. Special effects. Badass special effects.
Except for that
Particularly
credit scene.
the what?
So bad.
Oh, with
The Harry Styles, the
the
little
little elf.
dwarf.
the little elf. Was
yeah.
that Seth Rogen?
No,
Whose voice was that?
it
sounded like Seth
was
Rogen.
was
Oh, was it?
Patton
No.
Oswalt,
Okay.
the guy that did
Really? I didn't even.
Ratatouille.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The short chubby guy that does the
Yeah,
from
stand
The
up.
Office when he gets
Yeah.
or Parks and Rec. is what I'm thinking of.
Oh,
When he,
when you talking about Star Wars for like. Hours
yeah,
and
yeah,
hours
yeah,
and
yeah,
hours?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's special. Yeah, it looks like they just put that in there.
Yeah,
scene,
that
little
was like
character,
it was weird.
It
It
was a
looks
low
bad.
budget special effects. That was kind of weird. Okay, so my like special effects, particularly this Fast Girl. I hope they do a Flash movie. Like if they did a Flash movie,
What?
that's exactly
Just
how I would
her?
want it. What? The
Oh,
Fast
oh.
Girl, like the way they did her special effects, where they kind of showed her like the camera was behind her and she was running, or like just when she was beating up the anytime she was fighting it really was just badass.
Oh yeah, when she was going like
Yeah,
back and
it's
forth.
kind of crazy when she's going around the world and she's trying to find someone. She's like jumping and she's like,
Well, that one has different.
yeah, that one had different angle, like side angle, and then
That one's just looking at her and everything.
and then I like how they did Icarus too. I like how they did the Superman effects with him flying around, laser beams. Like that was solid to me. I was like, man, they should do a Superman movie with those kind of special effects. Yeah, I like the black guy, the guy doing all these mechanic things. Like everything was just good. All the special effects. I had no complaints about the special effects for badass. And then my second like is that the story was really. It felt so grand to me. I love like it felt like a movie that we saw like the beginning, and then we saw like the end. Like it just felt like not like a Circle of Life, but you know, on Avatar, like when you watch Avatar the movie, you get so invested. You see him go into this world and he becomes a part of this world, and at the end of it, you're like, man, you felt like you lived this life, right? And I feel like walking down this movie, I felt like I lived a life, and I got to see the beginning when I got to man and all these little things in between, and they're at the end, now they're in present day. It just felt like this grand story, and I love those kind of stories. And it had well balanced characters and villains. So I'm combining two likes because I really have four. All the characters really well balanced to me. Like none of them really felt overpowered.
Yeah, no,
I was scared they're gonna kind of feel like super overpowered, especially with Icarus because he's like
Yeah.
Superman.
Oh,
But-
overpower like
yeah.
their powers, their abilities.
Yeah, but even Icarus, like
Me
he was
too.
getting his ass kicked by Deviant.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Thor can probably take him out if he really tried. But and then the villains were super balanced. I loved the Deviant that was able to absorb the powers. Like where the fuck did that come from? That was just like I don't know where. I know they saw it in the trailer. So then after I remember seeing it, like when I saw that, scene, I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that was in the trailer. Like, but I didn't think about it as it was developing. And then the Celestials were badass. Like all the villains were cool. And then my favorite thing about it, or my third like, is the twist ending. So there was like two twist endings. One of them was Icarus being bad. It came out of left field for me. I did not see that coming.
Have you not seen the trailer? I have a feeling you're not paying attention to your trailers.
I try not to pay attention.
And
to
I
my
asked you
trailers.
because you said you saw it multiple times.
Yeah,
There's no way.
I don't like try to pay attention to trailers. I just like I see a little bit of it. I'm just like, all right, I'm
Just
trying to.
erase it from his mind.
Or like I'll see it when it first comes out. I'll see it the first time, and then I won't watch it again. I'll try not to watch it again.
I don't think I saw it that many times, but
I remember seeing it in theaters.
Of the whole trailer, that was like the one thing that I remember the most because it was in the beginning, and they're talking about Thanos and Snap. It's the one part of the scene in the trailer that connected to the other Avenger movies.
Yeah.
Really, right? Like they're like in the trailer, that's what, nothing else connects it, just
I
that.
don't remember that. Okay, so twist ending. Twist ending.
Honestly, I
with
wish
Icarus.
I wish I was as dumb as you, but okay, go for
Icarus,
it.
shut up. Icarus being bad guy, and also the fact that they weren't gods. I thought they were gonna be gods, and I thought they live forever because they're gods, not because they're created or they're machines.
Yeah.
So I love that because it makes them not OP. And my biggest fear, I think, about this movie was that they're just gonna be so OP. Like, how are we gonna put these characters into the MCU? Like, they're like gods essentially, but they're not.
Thor's a god.
They just have abilities. Yeah, Thor's a god though. Yeah, but you need one of those. It's just fine. But too many of those, it's like, it doesn't really work.
I think more than anything because they're a team, right? You
Yeah.
can't have like 5 gods. Like,
Yeah.
there's not even
Yeah.
five, there's like
There's 10 of
7.
them.
10 of them?
Yeah, there's 10 of them. Yeah, I
This is
counted.
my
at the
thing.
beginning.
You know, I didn't mention this one. I feel like that's should have been in the middle of my life. Like, there's 10 of them, but it doesn't feel like there's 10 of them.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like
doesn't-
there's 5 of them. Like,
Yeah.
like they work so well. Like, there's enough screen time for all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's badass. Okay, my dislikes, nitpicking as hell. I think some of the dialogue was a little weird. Like some of the scenes and dialogue, I didn't like. I didn't like the. I don't know. I don't know why I have the scene in my head like in the beginning when the first Deviant comes out in the present day, and they're like going back and forth. They do this scene where like they like the
Wait, you're
Deviant
talking about
is
dislikes?
battling. Yeah, like the battle is happening over here, and then they cut to like Jon Snow and the little girl like running to like where the thing's happening, and then like the battling happens over here and they're like running again. It's just like stupid. It's like what, I don't know why I felt like it was just like a really weird scene to me that stood out. But there's a little bit of those. There's a little bit of dialogue that just felt kind of weird, like almost cringy to me. But it's nitpicking. There's just very few of those.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
then
don't remember that.
I remember the scene. It was just stupid. It was like, oh, like they're gonna run over here, and like it was like this is weird.
I mean, what are they gonna do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like going over there running. And then the love triangle felt weird, like almost out of place, like with Jon Snow. But it's
Jon Snow.
because he's a prominent character, and I knew that going into it.
He's gonna, yeah, he's having another role.
I thought he was gonna be one of the Eternals before the movie started, and the
Well,
movie
way
started,
before when they had casting, that's what I thought. Well,
You-
but in the poster, he's not one of them.
I don't even remember him not being part of the Eternals. I thought he was there. So when the movie started, I'm looking.
I don't
waiting for him.
understand how you purposely not pay attention. That's
I-
impossible. That's a weird. Like, how do you? Like,
They're
it's right there in
stupid.
front of you. Like, I
I-
am not seeing it, but you are seeing it.
sound
I
like remember
definitely
the
thought he
characters.
was gonna have a bigger role,
Right.
but I mean, I knew he wasn't an Eternal.
Me too.
Yeah,
If
I thought he was
anything-
gonna come
if
up a
anything,
little bit
I thought he like there was a chance he was gonna be like some sort of villain or something.
Yeah, I almost kind of thought he was gonna
Like,
be tied
oh,
to like the villain
yeah,
or something, but
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed out of place. It seemed like they just put him on there just so they can get this character started, and they're gonna use him for the next one.
yeah.
It was fine for me because he didn't have too much.
He didn't have any. It was just no.
No, which I think is better because if he had a lot of scenes,
Yeah.
but there were no point to him,
Of
or
course.
anything,
Yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
worse. But if it's just like scenes in the beginning, it's a call
Yeah.
here, and then that's it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, there's no.
And then
he's
as
being introduced.
as far as like the whole love triangle part, I mean, like I kind of understand like they had 7,000 years worth of like a
Being together.
relationship versus like they've
few
barely
years.
known each other.
And
for,
I thought you were gonna talk about the little girl trying.
Oh,
that was a deeper and crazier one to me.
That one I like that one. I like that. That was okay because that one was deep. But the other one, it was just like he was just there to be there.
Yeah.
Because they want to introduce him into the MCU. That's what it felt like to me. Like if
Okay.
he
Get that.
wasn't the Black Knight, then it would just be weird. Just be weird. He's just there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right. That's it. I'm done.
My turn.
Your turn, Gus.
All right. So my first point that I liked to make was the Superman versus Flash scene, which is basically what that was. So Icarus
Yeah, yeah,
versus I forget her name, but the deaf girl,
I don't
the
remember
sign
any
language.
of these. I don't know how they're doing that, but
What?
okay.
What do you mean? The
What do you
names?
mean?
Icarus.
Oh, the
because
names.
The only one I
because
can
it's
remember.
Greek gods.
The only one I can remember is Athena.
Athena.
No, but it's
yeah,
Athena.
Athena.
Yeah.
Athena,
Wait, so they're all
Icarus.
Greek gods?
No,
a
not
lot
all.
of them are. Well, a lot of them are based off of gods from different like religions
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
That's
that.
what I was trying to.
Because
I
like
was
Gilgamesh is like
And-
also one, and
Yeah.
then Tiamat, like the new celestial, was gonna be is also like a god or something like that.
What's
And
the one
I
that
think-
touches and turns things into gold? What's her name?
Midas.
Midas. Yeah, that's right. Was it-
Oh, I don't think you.
no. What's her name? The girl.
Cersei.
Cersei.
Cersei. That's right. Cersei. So
Why
that's another
Cersei?
one.
But I
She's
think
also-
Isn't that the bad guy from 300?
I don't know, Xerxes. I think it's different.
Oh, but
Okay.
you did say that again.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say now.
Sorry.
Uh,
I said 300.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who was your like?
Oh, Flash Superman.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I just really like how it
They
was
were different
choreographed.
names. Okay.
It was dope. Like
Wasn't
that
that
was
so
like one
badass?
of like I just don't understand how like they haven't really like managed to do such a good job with like DC.
I
Like
know,
I think like the
man.
closest they got was like in Justice League when like Superman like slowly turns and he sees like the Flash running like
Yeah.
like super fast. But it was just like I feel like this like was so well choreographed, and it just felt like the tension and everything because like I don't know, like he just seems like he would be like the strongest one, like obviously, and that's why like I feel like he had this like power dynamic where he felt like he had to be the leader and all that stuff. But like I don't know, like that whole sequence just felt so cool, and like the way that they choreographed it, all the fighting, and then like
Because
it-
everybody was useful.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think. And I think, and I feel like when I said that as part of when I was talking earlier, it was in my head. I feel like I'm also subconsciously talking about Justice League. Because that was not that. And I
Yeah.
felt like Batman was like, what is he doing? Like, he just
Yeah,
like,
he
hit me with a
doesn't
gun.
belong. Yeah.
Yeah, Aquaman doesn't belong. He just, like, why is he there? Like, they should have maybe like a water scene or something.
Yeah.
Maybe only Wonder Woman and even Flash. Like he was just saving people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the I would say the Snyder Cut kind of did
A little bit more
expanded
justice.
a little bit more. with
Sure, but
everybody's
even
character.
then, I still don't think so. Batman was still shooting people with his guns. I think with the
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But yeah, so that just goes on to like everything like we've already talked about. Like every character I feel like had their purpose, and they all like felt like really useful. They all had like an interesting way of interacting with each other, and like I just love that you can put like 10 characters that I would say most of us like as Marvel fans as far as the movies go don't know.
I know
Because
them all.
I had never really known about the Eternals before this movie was announced,
Me-
and even then I tried my best to just kind of avoid like looking into it that much because
sure.
it just
You
they
don't spoil
did
it.
it with Guardians. I felt like they could do it again. I mean, this is even bigger cast, so it just kind of ended up working out that way.
No, for sure.
But this kind of leads into my next point, which is that everything that I hated about Dune, I felt like this movie did better.
Dune.
Yeah,
Why Dune? Okay, but
because okay, so
'Cause
Dune
the
had
last
like
movie we saw, bro.
you don't want to talk about. You don't
no,
wanna
no,
shit
no,
talk about
because
Dune.
Let's do it.
I did enjoy Dune to an extent, and I feel like this movie had like basically the same runtime, and yes, it is established in a universe that we already understand, so I think it does have that advantage. But they were introducing all these different characters, all these different ideas, and they still managed to tell like an actual full story, it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Whereas in Dune, it felt like they had this whole time to build up all these characters, but they didn't do anything with it. So I really appreciate
They
that.
had good visuals though.
And then this one did
Dude,
too.
this
Like
movie had good
honestly,
visuals,
this is
bro.
probably like one of the best looking Marvel
It
movies
is
for sure.
I think so.
Like all the imagery, like the like towards the end with like the Celestial coming
Yeah.
out of like the earth and everything,
with the
and,
black
like,
sand on the
yeah,
beach,
and it just looked freaking cool. Like
Yeah.
when she turns it to stone and everything. Yeah, and then obviously I think I feel like most people's favorite character is going to be Kingo, which is Camille's character.
Who?
Kingo.
Who's that?
Camille.
Camille,
Who's Camille?
the comedian,
the,
bro.
The funny guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't know if he was my favorite. He was the
but,
funniest.
Yeah, I think he just like kind of like was able to make it feel more like a Marvel movie, because other than that, I feel like this movie didn't feel like a Marvel movie, which is okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I feel like he made it bring it back to that and in all those instances, and especially like with his valet too. Like his valet was pretty
It's
funny
hilarious,
too.
yeah.
But yeah, let's see.
Did you get that? I got it.
Dude, I don't know.
I do wish though that I know he said like he didn't want to fight and be part of that like conflict. At the
I know.
end,
What if he was
but I
in
kind of
there?
wish he was there,
Yeah,
because
but-
I would have liked to see how they would have used him.
Honestly, though, I don't think I missed him so much when they were fighting. Because when the fighting scenes were so cool,
Yeah.
like it was fine. But I missed him more like after. I was like, damn, I forgot about him.
Yeah, like it would.
Because
I forgot about him too.
but it was because the actions were so good,
Yeah.
right? So I guess it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I only put 2 dislikes, and honestly, they're both kind of nitpicky. I didn't like what they ended up doing with the main deviant. I almost feel like they kind of try to make it a little sympathetic with the fact that they're like, oh yeah, like he basically gained consciousness as he started absorbing the Eternals.
Yeah.
And then they just like, instead of making him like realize like, oh yeah, they're not the bad guys, the Celestials are the bad guys, like we should be like trying to like take them down.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they
He
team up?
yeah, like I almost felt like they were like building it up to a point where they were gonna team up, and then they just had Angelina Jolie kill him.
Well,
Which I understand.
I mean, and that scene was badass. By the way.
It was.
Yeah.
Like, I do understand because, like, she wanted revenge because Gilgamesh got killed and Gilgamesh was her protector and take care.
I understand
caretaker and
his
stuff.
the bad guy's point of view kind of too, because they're actually being hunted by the Eternals.
Yeah.
Like they're hunting their species.
Yeah,
so.
it's
Yeah.
a genocide that they're the ones committing genocide. So
I
Yeah.
mean,
immediately
but
he wants
they
to.
don't know. But he knows they don't know though, so it's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Like I'm sure if they had sat down and had a conversation at Starbucks, like
Yeah.
they would.
Yeah,
they
like,
would be able to hash it out.
work
with
it out
words.
over coffee.
Like,
Yeah.
They're like,
Let's
hey,
go get
look,
the other guy.
I know you're trying to come my species,
Yeah.
but you didn't know
Yeah.
what we both know now. So
Yeah.
like, let's not do this anymore. Like they could have the
Exactly.
conversation. And
But
it
I
would be fine.
but I like that. I like that, like, especially Angelina Jolie's character. She was driven by just revenge, right? It was just
Yeah.
like she was just wanted to fuck this guy up, and so was he. He was just like he just was driven by revenge. He just
Yeah.
wanted to kill the people that.
That doesn't make sense.
I think maybe he knew, but he didn't care. He wanted to kill these people. He
And
wanted.
Angelina Jolie is probably had the least prominent role.
Up
Yeah.
until that point,
But
yeah.
but she's Angelina Jolie, which is
Yeah.
why it comes back to balance. You know?
Yeah.
She has the smallest role, but she's Angelina Jolie, so it's like
Dude,
you remember
dude,
her.
I think she was my favorite character, dude.
I don't, honestly,
I love seeing
don't
Angelina
know
Jolie
who my favorite
with
character.
fucking MCU superhero, bro. That was badass.
I'm trying to think
And it's kind of weird because, like, her powers are just like she just creates like
Yeah,
a spear
like,
and a
but
shield, and
she's
she's
like
just
a
a really
badass.
good fighter.
Yeah.
Who's
She's
the
a
main
badass.
character?
Cersei.
I feel
Cersei,
like
yeah.
her and I feel like she's the
Cersei
main
and
character.
Icarus.
I feel like
yeah.
she might.
So turn back.
I really liked her too. I liked.
Yeah.
I liked.
I
her
liked
abilities a lot.
everyone. Like, everyone was just really well
Yeah.
done. All right. Last point was I just wish they wouldn't have killed off certain characters. Like
Wait, the architect was my favorite character.
The architect,
whatever.
The-
Yeah.
Faustos.
I don't know.
Faustos, I think
yeah,
was his name.
He's my favorite character for sure.
Yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah, he's like the smartest one. He's like the.
Yeah,
But like even his fighting like style.
Yeah,
that was
like
my first-
I
that was my favorite fighting
completely
style.
yeah did not expect it.
Like-
But yeah, so like I wish they wouldn't have killed off like Gilgamesh and Salma Hayek's character Ajak.
Oh, she died.
Um,
Oh yeah, she died pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I mean it shocked me though. Like I wasn't expecting like any of that to happen. Like I almost felt like it was gonna be like one of those big team up scenes at
Right.
the end.
Mm.
Like that's kind of what I like imagined. But even when like they were kind of going through it, like her power really only was to
to heal them.
kill them. Like
But-
she didn't
but her
really.
dying was like important.
Yeah, yeah. And then Gilgamesh, like yeah, he was
Gilgamesh. I don't
the
remember.
Asian guy, the one that took care of Angelina.
strong
Jolie.
dude, yeah.
He was just really strong. He
He's
just
such-
had like
yeah.
that power up fist thing.
Yeah.
That almost kind of looked like the Infinity Gauntlet, which was kind of cool.
Oh,
Like,
really? Oh,
like
I
the
don't
way
think
like
so.
it like went around his
Mhm.
hand.
When he put Angelina Jolie to sleep. that was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I just kind of wish that they wouldn't have killed him off because I ended up growing to really like care about like them and stuff like that.
I cried.
Yeah, I mean, or
when he died.
Salma Hayek, I didn't get to have that up until that point because she died pretty
she probably
early
had the
on.
least prominent role.
Yeah. She ended
But
up
Salma
dying
Hayek.
early, but she was still throughout the whole movie, which is because
Yeah.
of all the flashbacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically it as far as like my dislikes. I don't know if I'm gonna assume that Icarus isn't dead.
The one that flew into the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Well, Superman gets powers from the sun. So.
so like obviously, I think that was like the whole. Like, it's obviously on the nose because the whole myth is Icarus flew too close to the sun,
yeah.
and then his wings melted and he died.
Mm.
But I don't.
Wait, what? I don't know.
That's a Greek mythology.
Come
thing.
on, bro. I
Um,
think they talked about it too. They did like
They-
a mid
Right.
comment to it. In
Yeah.
The, in the movie. Yeah.
But so I don't know if that was like their way of saying for sure he's dead. I would assume so, but also whenever we don't see a character
But I feel like
explicitly
he has to
die, that's the thing.
I
Like
think he has
he-
to die.
Because he's
I-
OP.
He
or-
betrayed. He killed some
he-
Hayek.
yeah,
he can't
he-
rejoin them after that.
yeah, and like I don't know, cause like I really liked him too. Like even though he was kind of the main antagonist at that point, like I still understood like where he was coming from. Like I didn't hate him for what he was.
But that's every
trying
villain,
to
right?
do.
Like a lot of villains, sometimes you understand, like that.
Yeah. So like I guess that's like a good way to like build the character though. You know,
but-
like to make you understand like why they're doing what they're doing, as opposed to just being I'm evil to be evil and like I'm
But
gonna
like
destroy everything.
if they do bring back, so like the path of an evil character, like if they do end up not dying and being good again, like usually they still end up dying at the end. Like they have
the
like,
redemption.
Like Kylo Ren, right? Like he was evil. He had redemption. Like he was good for a little bit, but he still died. Like you have to die.
Yeah.
And usually that's like your punishment for being like
evil.
People like you now, but you have to die
Yeah.
because you're evil. So I think he already followed that. Like he kind of, he kind of had a redemption because he apologized.
He just didn't kill her for love. It was just for love.
Okay, was
really...
he controlled at the end?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think he was.
By who? By
the mind controller guy.
No.
Because remember, they're like, oh, we all connected. It had to be Itmo or what do you call him?
The Unimind.
What's the character's name? The guy mind controls?
Druig.
Yeah. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, no.
I think they were connected with the Celestial. They were connected through. How did they all connect at one point?
Someone at the beach, the fast girl, because her and the Druig are like lovers, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
She made a comment at the beach because I think they thought he died because Icarus.
Yeah.
You right? Put him to the floor.
Yeah.
So then, they thought Druig was dead for a little bit, and then they connected, and then but they didn't see him when he smashed the girl in the head.
Yeah.
Right. And then with the next scene, I don't know what you're talking about, but that's cool that she betrayed them.
Yeah.
So I thought they made a comment about like, oh, like how did they all connect? So he willingly connected, or did he force them to? Because
I think he did because he couldn't kill Cersei. I think he was like, okay, well, like, I already failed my mission because I can't kill her. Cause
I thought the Celestial connected them. I thought the Celestial was coming up.
Why
no.
He's a bad guy.
They used the Celestial for power, but they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Source, but not.
They didn't use it to kill him or control him.
I'm a little confused by that now.
Yeah, the way that I saw it was he was gonna kill her. He even like started powering up his eye beam, and then he just like couldn't do it. And then he just kind of was like, all right, well, I failed like my purpose, so I'm just gonna
join you guys.
Either way, he redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Like, if he was mind controlled, then he redeemed himself less. But I still feel like he did kind of like apologize and feel bad and blah, blah,
Yeah.
which is kind of a small redemption. But
yeah.
my point is, I think he died because he already went through all that.
He did have his story
come
arc.
back, it like.
Yeah.
He'd have to redeem himself again and
Sure.
then die again.
I mean, they took back
be good?
They took back Sprite after she stabbed.
But she didn't kill anybody.
She stabbed the bitch in the back, bro. That's pretty bad. She tried killing somebody. She just didn't
I was actually a
succeed.
little shocked that they took her back so easily.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, what are they gonna do about Sprite? But I think that I think they understood her.
Yeah.
struggle.
I actually felt really bad for her. Like,
Yeah, I felt bad. For
like I never even thought of that. Like, and they never brought that up the whole show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they ever really brought. Well, actually, I think
Until
the
the
whole
end.
movie. I mean, just kidding. They did in the beginning.
Yeah, when she
right?
was talking to
At
the
the
guy at the
bar.
bar.
Yeah, I was talking to the guy at the bar. So, but then they never come back to that until the very end. Like, oh,
Oof, that hit hard. Yeah. She's talking about how she's been living this whole life, not really living because she's been a child.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
sucks.
she has to be a child the whole time.
Yeah, that sucks.
That does suck.
But yeah, that's our likes and dislikes.
There's so many good.
Before we rate it,
Sure.
Well,
do you want to talk a
also-
little bit more about the ending?
Wait, just that scene. Like, so at the end, like she became human, right?
Yeah.
She Pinocchio became human, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But so she's gonna start aging. But like, okay, she's gonna go to middle school or high school or whatever. Great. She's then like, they're not gonna be the same people. Like, she's still an adult in her head. So
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
what, she's gonna fall in love with one of these high school kids?
I'm
Like,
sure. I'm
it's
sure when she gets
impossible.
into her 20s, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she still has to wait like another
Yeah.
almost. But if you, I don't think it's possible for her to fall in love growing up with someone. Like, she'd have to meet someone random, like
Yeah.
later, like
Yeah.
when they're fully developed.
Do you think she still has her powers?
No.
I think so. You know what? I don't know. I hope so. I think so. That way, I think they had to make her human because she can't play another movie, right? 'Cause she's gonna start looking different.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I kind of
Well,
assumed
I
that
was
they
also
did that.
confused is she actually young or does she just look young?
I don't know.
I wasn't sure. Like, wait, is she?
I have never
she-
seen that actress
You
before,
mean either, like,
so I
is
don't
she
know.
actually like 19 or something, or is she like 30 but she looks 19? I would believe either
Yeah.
or.
Yeah.
But
That's fine.
I don't know. Like, she's still gonna look like that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, she's living that life right now.
So, towards the end of the movie, well, not the end credit scenes yet. So like they have like the whole like resolution, and then Cersei and Jon Snow are talking, and then the Celestial just fucking pops up and parts the
That
clouds
scene
and
was
shit.
cool.
That
Yeah.
that was such a cool
Yeah.
special effect. Like I loved everything that they did with the
Yeah.
Celestial and showing like the like size comparison between
Yeah,
them,
that
and
was
just
cool.
like it just looked so visually cool.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. Even when it black hole, it like
But yeah,
disappeared in the
so-
black hole.
everybody that was still on Earth that was a Celestial got taken away by the Celestial Arshroom,
Mhm.
and they were gonna do like they said like they're gonna cast judgment on if they like made the right choice or
He was
something
gonna
like
take
that.
their memories and then
And
decide on whether
yeah.
they made the right choice.
Yeah, but I don't know if he meant him specifically or all the Celestials. I don't know if there's like some greater power behind all the Celestials. I don't know, man.
Mm.
It's fucking confusing. There's so many like
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
powers now.
Yeah,
Did he take them? He took all of them?
Yeah, he took the people that were on the planet.
because some left.
And
to
then
space,
the
remember?
Yeah,
Druid,
but what
Thena,
about the Indian
and
dude? I didn't see him at the end there.
no, I think all of them were there, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I-
think
I-
he only grabbed like 3 of them.
Which
There
were the
was-
ones who decided to
There was
fight.
Cersei.
Oh,
There
maybe
was
'cause
the black
Indian
guy,
didn't
Faustus.
decide
Yeah,
to fight.
because the Indian didn't
Oh,
fight, so
maybe.
I don't remember his team there. I saw 3. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I never thought about
The-
that.
and then the other girl turned human, so didn't grab
She
him.
wouldn't even have been there.
So yeah, so Cersei,
Faustus, which is the
black guy?
mechanic,
Black guy.
yeah.
and then
And then who
Who's the other
else?
someone else stayed
The
behind.
speedster? No, not speedster.
No, Speedster
Not
went
the
with
mind
Druid.
control.
Controller.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it was the
Angelina
Indian dude.
Jolie.
No, she was with
She went
Druid.
back. Oh, maybe it was the Indian
And
dude.
the
There was
Faster.
3. I know there was 3.
I think it was the Indian
So
dude.
they might have grabbed the Indian dude. You're right.
Yeah, because Salma Hayek, Icarus, and
Yeah.
the other guy Gilgamesh are dead. So, anyways, yeah. So they went off. I don't know how long they're gonna be gone for, but then also the other 3 went off planet,
Oh yeah.
and they were gonna look for the other Eternals and try to save them or convince them to not
That's
work for
right.
the Celestials anymore, which I thought was cool too.
Yeah. They're just
So
gonna
we
fight a
had,
bunch of
like,
Eternals. Yeah.
Separate things, and then the end happens in post-credit scenes and all that stuff. So Harry Styles got spoiled for me.
Oh,
Why?
did it?
didn't
Yeah,
know.
on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
Um,
the day
I
that
don't touch Twitter, bro.
yeah the day that the day that
Fake.
the like press release or press viewings went out.
Uh-huh.
I guess one of them like spoiled it like immediately after the movie came out that Harry Styles was in it.
Like
And then like all the One Direction fans were like freaking out, like, "Oh, Harry Styles, blah blah blah." So like his
Yeah.
name was trending, and I was like, "I wonder why." So I just clicked on it, and then it was like, "Oh, Harry Styles is in a Marvel movie." Like, what the fuck? How was I supposed to guess that was gonna be a thing? So yeah.
Clickbait.
So apparently he's Thanos' brother, which he's
Who is?
Harry Styles.
Yeah, that's what
what he
they
said.
in the. That's what I got too.
Yeah, he's Thanos' brother. He's
That's
a
what
he's
the
an
old guy said.
Eternal. No, he said that. He's an Eternal that happens to be Thanos' brother.
But
Yes.
Eternals are robots.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
I don't know, man. I don't know how they're gonna
Adopted
explain that.
brother. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But maybe Thanos is also an Eternal.
Well, in the comics, Thanos is supposed to be half deviant. So I don't know if they're
Interesting.
like finding a way to like tie it
Interesting.
into that somehow, but I don't know.
Interesting.
So yeah, so then Harry Styles is an Eternal.
So
Don't know what his powers were.
so why did the critics not like this movie?
Why the fuck did the Chris?
Why do you
like
guys
the movie?
think they didn't at least?
Oh man,
'Cause it was different.
I'm shocked. I'm
like
shocked.
I could think of 5.
I
that
saw
like
one
way
post. I saw one post on like Instagram saying that it was the only Marvel movie that had a rotten score on Rotten
More. It is
Tomatoes.
the only one.
But I didn't know what score it had. So
It's
but
like
going
right-
into
right
it,
now it's like a 50.
I had
50, 50.
I had that mindset. I hate seeing Rotten Tomato scores too. Like I had that mindset. I was like, okay,
I'm glad I saw it.
it's
though.
gonna be whatever. And then I saw him like, what the fuck is going on? This
Yeah.
movie's amazing.
Yeah,
man.
I still
Yeah.
don't really understand it.
What the fuck? Why didn't critics like this movie? It's really really weird.
I don't know.
I feel like it was just like good storytelling. It was
superhero fatigue. Was it?
It could be that. It could be Marvel fatigue.
yeah.
It could
I
be.
agree with your top 5 statement by the way. I
Yeah,
think it's
top
in my
five?
top 5. for
Even
sure.
no. Well, think about it, bro.
Dude, I think it's
There's
right
so
up
many
there.
good
Avengers,
movies though.
I think it's right up there with Ragnarok.
Well,
Bro, this movie alone, I got so
again,
excited for this
If I'm
movie.
including the Avenger ones, I think it's like 6 or 7. But if I'm not, I think it's top 5. Because because the Avenger ones are kind of cheating. Because you have all the Avengers. Okay,
Yeah.
Sure,
First
sure.
Avengers, you have Endgame.
But if you took away the
Infinity
Avenger movies,
War.
then you would it would be for sure top 5. So look
I
at
think so.
non-Avenger movies.
Yeah, I have for sure Black Panther.
You have Black Panther top 5.
Yeah,
That's
the
weird.
first. I'm not saying no particular order.
Yeah.
the first Guardians, Thor
Yeah, first-
Ragnarok,
Yeah, the Guardians Thor Ragnarok.
and I think Cap 2 Civil War. I mean,
Winter
no,
Soldier.
no, no,
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I like that one more than
That-
Civil War. Actually, I think.
That's up there. But I like this one more than
Winter Soldier.
Civil War is basically an Avengers movie.
I know, yeah, that's why I kind of want to include that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I get it.
I like it more than all Spider-Man movies. I like it more than the
Me
Thor
too.
1 and 2. I like it more than all Iron Man movies, even though he's my favorite character.
Me too.
I liked it more than the Ant-Man movies, both of them.
Me too.
I don't think I like it more than Ragnarok, but
I think it's right up there. Ragnarok.
That's
Yeah.
why I have Ragnarok.
Right up there.
That's why I
Ragnarok.
have Ragnarok.
yeah.
So it would be 4.
It's
right?
up there
How
for
much did I
sure.
mention? Or 5th. How much did I mention? 3 or 4? I don't remember.
I think Ragnarok's my favorite Marvel movie.
Really?
But if you don't
I
count
don't-
the Avengers, if you don't count the Avengers,
I don't blame
Well,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Ragnarok, and then it's Eternals for me. I think
More
I think
than
it's Eternals.
the first
I don't know if I
Guardians?
just got just excited because we just saw the movie. But right now,
Maybe,
it's
yeah.
standing right
Yeah.
next to Ragnarok for sure.
No, I still like the first Guardians, Black Panther, and Ragnarok.
Guardians is good. The first Guardians is actually really good too. But
Guardians
this
was
movie,
Then okay, last post credit scene was Kit Harington. I
Black
forget
Knight.
what was his name.
Black Knight.
He ends up becoming the Black
Yeah.
Knight.
Oh, oh.
So
Jon
he-
Snow. Jon Snow.
That's not it.
yeah, Jon Snow. He had mentioned like passingly before Cersei got taken away, like his family had a crazy past
Yeah.
or something like that. But he didn't get to say why. And he's like, "Oh God, I gotta go find this girl."
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know how he expects to do that with she got taken away
Well,
off planet, but
yeah.
But there's a sword, I guess, that's been passed through his family that gives them some sort of power, but it also slowly kills them and drives them crazy.
Oh really?
I think
So it
that's
does?
what the sword does.
It made it seem like he's almost turning evil. Like something's calling him
Yeah.
Yeah.
evil, like my precious or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Like something makes him
I
powerful.
I
think
like,
forget what the
consumes him.
inscription on the box said, but I think from what I've heard is that basically the sword slowly eats away your life and slowly drives you
soul?
crazy,
Or,
your soul, whatever. And
Like, is he dying or is he just becoming
Well,
not him?
I think he would probably die, but I don't know.
Oh,
Anyways,
So why
uh,
Blade?
yeah. So
so what?
so there's a voice that calls out to him other than the box, and that voice apparently, according to the director, is Mahershala Ali, which is gonna
Blade.
be Blade in the upcoming movie.
At first, I thought it was Professor X or something.
Yeah.
I was like, is it Professor X?
So I thought it was Doctor Strange because
Oh.
it looked like some sort of magical sword. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It would be
Mm.
some sort of magical person.
Blade. Why
Um,
Blade? So he's gonna
So
fight vampires at first?
So there's been
Can you shut
rumors that Blade is gonna be in the Moon Knight Disney Plus series, which is gonna star Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
And they're also speculating now that Kit Harington's Black Knight is gonna appear in Moon Knight, and they're gonna be forming a Dark Avengers or whatever the fuck they're called.
Moonlight.
Moon
It's a
Knight.
black superhero,
Moon
right?
Knight.
No, Oscar Isaac
Oscar
is the
Isaac.
dude from Dune.
Dune, the dad from Dune,
He's
Their
gonna be a
dad.
Marvel hero.
Oh.
the pilot from Star Wars. Jesus.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bad guy
That's
from
right.
Sucker Punch. What else? What else?
I don't know what else he's in.
Okay.
So-
But yeah, so he
Wait, from Sucker? The bad guy from Sucker Punch? Is he the bad guy from Sucker
Yeah,
Punch?
in the psych.
Oh yeah, the
psychiatric,
psych board. Oh
yeah.
yeah. I didn't remember that.
But yeah, so there's a lot of speculation that he's gonna just show up in that as well, and they're kind of building out I forget what it's called. There's this Dark Avengers type thing. I don't remember the specific name. It's not Dark Avengers, where it's a bunch of people that fight demons and stuff like that, and supernatural
Oh,
forces.
we're like vampires and shit.
So Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, and
Yeah.
So
I don't
what's
know
up
if
with
they're gonna bring-
Morbius? Is he gonna be a bad guy or a good guy?
He's Sony.
What's
He's
oh
Sony
my
person, yeah.
God.
Spider-Man's gonna go back to Sonyverse. To Sony, I think.
Yeah, so he's gonna
I don't
join.
think. I think we're gonna.
I
Marvel
think-
get rid of Spider-Man.
Pretty
yeah,
sure,
that's kind of
I think that's gonna be his last movie.
unfortunately.
This last movie is gonna be his last movie.
I think so. I don't
And
think
the
it's gonna be Avengers.
MCU.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if. I think for sure he's gonna come out in a movie with Venom and Morbius and other people.
Yeah.
I think for sure it's gonna happen. I don't know if he's gonna come back
for an
maybe for an
MCU.
Avengers movie here and there. Like he's gonna be borrowed like here
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
They might do that.
I hope so, but I don't know.
there. I don't know.
I hope Sony doesn't.
So
ruin it
Morbius
for-
is Sony. Ah, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Okay, sure.
But yeah, so some pretty cool stuff. Like honestly, I feel like this movie set up a lot of potential for like the
Yeah.
future.
Like
I don't think it's gonna be immediate future movies, but like I think it's probably gonna
I
be
hope
maybe
so.
like Phase 5 or
Yeah.
whatever they're gonna call
like
it.
a Iron Man 2 type of scenario. when
Like,
they
I think-
introduced.
Right now, we're focused mostly on like the whole King the Conqueror stuff. So I don't think this ties into that really, but I think this will tie into.
characters.
Yeah, I think some of the characters will pop up.
Will they
still.
be in the next Avengers?
Maybe
So you
but-
think the Celestials are gonna be
Celestials.
the Celestials?
Yes.
That's not even gonna be the next.
No,
villain to
I don't
Avenger?
think that's gonna be the main
That's
threat.
like 2 Avenger
I
movies
think,
away.
yeah. I almost feel like they're
Yeah.
gonna like lead into like Galactus or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I thought they were gonna do that.
Yeah, because
next.
they just disrupted the whole like cycle of like the Celestials. Like maybe
Yes.
like that's how Galactus pops up and he's like he
Was-
goes to those planets and like eats them because they're like
I don't even know who Galactus is.
he's a
The
planet, eater.
eater. Think of Fantastic Four 2
He's a
the movies
Fantastic Four.
with the Silver Surfer
Yeah.
when he flies in.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the-
yeah, yeah.
He's like the main Fantastic Four villain.
Yeah,
Oh, because he eats his planet. No.
he eats planets. Yeah,
He
yeah.
eats, but that's his story. Like he ate his planet. Is that not his thing? Like his
Galact-
family or something like that.
I don't know.
Galactus, I don't remember. I just know
Okay,
he eats
never mind.
planets.
I'm-
Doesn't
Shut
matter.
up.
All right,
Dude,
so
when is he gonna come? That's another cool character.
yeah.
Oh no, before that, Fantastic Four though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We know that that's happening,
Like,
so that makes sense why it would
and
be
I've heard
like
people like my girlfriend saying that we're the Avengers. You know, like I feel like she misses Cap and Iron Man. Like where like it doesn't feel like these new movies.
don't feel like
It feels like it's different now.
it's
Yeah.
almost like like
Shang-Chi-
starting over.
Yeah, like it feels like they're starting over. But for me, I like it. Like it's
Yeah.
like I can't wait.
I
to
like that
see
it's new
these
characters. Yeah.
Like,
Me too.
they're just these new characters. Like
They're
let's
doing
see
a
what
good
they're
job.
gonna do.
They're doing a good job so far. So
Yeah.
and they're
like,
keeping some of them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We still are gonna
they-
sprinkle Thor in there.
Yeah, and Ant-Man and
sure.
who
So-
else? Doctor Strange.
The
Yeah.
the only thing I am like kind of confused about is like who's gonna be like that
The leader.
the leader. Yeah. Because like in the before it was like oh it's for sure Cap, but even like Iron Man like they're both
Yeah.
like we had 2 leaders almost.
That's what has
It's
Civil War.
almost like I don't know who.
Maybe
like-
Doctor Strange.
Like I want to think Doctor Strange, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Shang-Chi.
I don't see anything there. If you can
Um,
ban Avenger movies
Yeah.
because
so-
of China, but whatever.
Well, that's what
they're
they're
Oh,
making fun of
also,
this movie.
I saw like some like you know how like at the end of Shang-Chi they did the whole like oh where did these rings even come from? Like we studied like every.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
So a lot of people are thinking like
From
maybe
the
the
Eternals?
Eternals were the ones that gave or created those
Oh.
rings, but I don't know why they would have.
But
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyways,
why? Yeah.
let's rate it. We didn't rate it yet.
Oh yeah, rate
It's a
it.
good one.
Did you think of?
Yeah,
script?
I already know. I'm gonna say.
I already got
All
mine.
right, go for it.
On 3. Ready?
One,
no, no,
two,
you-
three.
9.
9.
Ah, damn.
What was yours?
It's
a 9. It's a 9 for me.
8.5.
8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hated the movie?
Yeah, man, I hate it so much.
It's a 9,
At
bro.
least we're
I
higher.
just like I was trying to think of in comparison to other Marvel movies. Like I didn't know like what I gave other ones. So, like I didn't want to be contradictory. So, like, I think I
we've
give
only
it.
seen like Black Widow and
Yeah.
we didn't do the do we do Endgame? I don't think Endgame's
I don't
on
remember
there.
what I even
I don't
gave
think-
Shang-Chi. So
Mm.
that's why I was like
I
I
for
don't.
sure liked it more than Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I did too, and that was crazy because I love Shang-Chi. So I don't know.
Did you?
Yeah.
And you like this more than Shang-Chi though?
I'm looking
I
back
think
at
I did,
Shang-Chi
yeah.
and I think I'm liking it less and less now that I think about it.
Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
Did you really like Shang-Chi?
I remember liking it, but I remember liking it too much when it came out. No, I don't. I think I probably get like a 7. Honestly.
I feel like I gave it like a 7 too. Like
I don't
I remember like
We'll look back.
Yeah.
We'll look back.
I'm just like what? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't like that much. I
But
don't
this
know.
was good, man. They
Yeah.
they did something. They did something special in this movie. I think it was really different. You know what they didn't do? Which could have been a cop out was have like a Avengers ending scene where it's just like a bunch of deviants just coming out and they're just fighting deviants. I was kind of like thinking like that was gonna.
Yeah,
be an
I'm
ending,
glad
something
they
like that.
didn't do that.
And they didn't do that. They ended up like fighting against each other, and it was just like super deep. Man, it was a solid movie, solid ending.
Yeah.
I like this movie.
That would have been cool too though.
A bunch of deviants.
like if they're fighting each other and
And
they're
deviants.
fighting, like there's so many dilemmas on one, and that same time they have this plan to try to stop it. Like
Yeah.
3 different dilemmas, conflicts, like
It just
all
felt,
trying to be solved.
it
at
all
once.
felt like so personal. Everything felt so there was so much emotion behind everything.
Yeah.
It felt so personal. So it was cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I love this director,
Alright.
man.
It's another Man of Steel.
This movie?
She apparently.
Man of Steel are around 50-something%, 58.
She apparently said that was like an inspiration for this movie.
Man of
Man of
Steel?
Steel?
Mhm.
Ooh.
You're lying.
Yeah, that's what the director said.
So he's out, really.
Mhm.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, those scenes were top notch, bro.
But yeah,
Those
so
scenes were top
next
notch.
week we are for sure doing Last Night in Soho.
You just do last night.
Is
yeah.
anything else coming out? I feel like
I feel like for sure something is.
yeah, I don't know. Well, we're for sure gonna try to do that, and then we'll go from there.
Sure.
You'll see us next week.
Yeah. Sounds good.
That's gonna do it for this episode.
Cool.
Love y'all. Peace.
Later. Bye.